Have you ever questioned whether everything that has happened to you thus far has only been a precursor to something far bigger? Something so deep that it will alter not just your life but also your fate? Be aware that this is not an accident if you are currently viewing it. I'm about to share with you a divine message of transformation that will completely change everything you believe to be true. God has brought you here for a reason. What has brought you here today, then? Could God have brought you to this very moment, knowing that your life is about to undergo a significant change, or was it just a chance click? This is your divine appointment. His plan is not a coincidence. Let me ask you this now. What if your life's narrative was never supposed to be about your sufferings, financial difficulties, and struggles? What if I told you that those burdens may be lifted today? The solution is straightforward. You are no longer struggling. It's time to accept the abundant life that God has given you now that the days of scarcity are over. It is no longer your responsibility to bear the burden of your wealth going forward. God has assumed control and is prepared to let prosperity pour into your life. No more feeling trapped in a cycle of need and no more depending on your own efforts. Consider a river that never runs out of water. No matter how much is taken from it, it always replenishes itself. God's provision for you is like that. Because of His supernatural fidelity, rather than your own hard work, you are destined to live a prosperous life as one of His chosen. Your future is safe in His hands and He keeps His promises. Now I want to know, what divine opportunity do you think God is going to open for you in your life? Put the words, "I'm ready to receive the opportunity God has prepared for me," in the comment section below. Let's encourage one another by sharing our experiences. To ensure that you never miss any transformational content, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications. God has amazing things in store for you. Now is the time to completely put your faith in God's promise to provide for you. The battle is over. You are about to enter a period of prosperity in all facets of your life, including relationships, health, and purpose, in addition to your finances. There is an unfathomable peace when you have God's undying devotion to you. The tranquility you will experience is only the beginning of the changes that are going to take place in your life. Because of God's divine plan, not your own abilities or strength, you are meant for greatness. You are no longer responsible for the burden of your struggles. It is God's will to give you the plenty that is waiting for you right now, and it far surpasses your expectations. Consider this for a moment. Are you prepared to let go of the struggles that have shaped your past? Can you embrace the fact that your future is full of the promise of limitless provision rather than being constrained by lack? You have the solution. You are not called by God to become famous by yourself. Real confidence comes from understanding that a force much bigger than yourself is supporting you, not from depending alone on yourself. It's time to change your mindset from one of fear to one of security, from struggle to trust. Imagine a child who doesn't worry about whether they will be taken care of or where they will get their next meal. Knowing that their parents will take care of them, that child sleeps soundly. You are now being urged to accept this type of assurance and confidence in the provision of God. A fresh sense of tranquility fills your heart when you realize that God has assumed responsibility for your needs. You know that the universe's creator is guiding you, so every step you take is effortless. You have moved past the uncertainty of the past. God always keeps His promises, thus the future is certain. You won't have to try to influence every result anymore. You can live in tranquility knowing that God's ideal plan is being carried out for you. He is now accountable for success, wealth, and prosperity. And you will see opportunities and doors open up in your life like never before as you align with His will and trust His timetable. You are not supposed to live with doubt or anxiety. Your mission is to walk in obedience, trust, and reap the many rewards that God has reserved for you. Give up trying to figure everything out and let God show you His amazing provision in every aspect of your life. Unlike man, God never wavers from His word and keeps His promises. You can be confident that the way will be cleared for you if He has declared that you will live in plenty. The Creator of the universe can accomplish any goal, no matter how big or how far-reaching. The spiritual realm has already secured what may appear inaccessible in the physical sphere. God's plan for your life contains a treasure so immense that it will surpass even your most extravagant hopes, therefore there is no place for doubt. Many people struggle with the belief that just a few people are wealthy or that they are not deserving of such success. Listen up though, you've been selected. You were meant to be amazing. The riches that is meant for you is not only for your own benefit. It is the means by which you will be able to carry out your divine mission here on earth. God will make sure you have the means to achieve your goals, whether they be to inspire others, help causes close to your heart, or produce something that has a lasting influence. Miracles start to happen as soon as you get rid of uncertainty from your heart and thoughts. You will see God's promises come to pass if you align your thoughts with them. You were never intended to struggle or live in poverty. Financial plenty is God's plan for you, and it will come to you in ways that are incomprehensible to humans. Give up all uncertainty and start living with the assurance that God is guiding you toward a prosperous life. Knowing that God is your provider brings you a great deal of serenity. You gain unwavering confidence from this assurance that cannot be taken away. Joy and freedom take the place of worry and anxiety when you have faith that your needs will always be satisfied. The way you live is altered by this profound reality. Because you are standing on a foundation of divine supply, it gives you the courage to go forward without fear of what is ahead. It's not merely blind trust. Rather, it's faith based on God's unfailing promises and historical supply. Think about the innumerable occasions He has provided for you. Those breakthroughs and prayer answers were not random occurrences. They were evidence of His loyalty. By meditating on this reality, you can create a solid foundation. You can face life with unwavering confidence when you know that God is your supplier. You are no longer constrained by uncertainty about the future or dread of the unknown. The way for your success has already been set by the One who made the earth and the skies. Knowing that His supply would support you gives you the fortitude to confront any challenge. Expect to hear doubtful and mocking voices as you step into your heavenly abundance. Others can disparage your aspirations or doubt your success. However, keep in mind that their views do not have the authority to determine your future. You cannot change what God has said over your life. His faithfulness is reflected in your prosperity, which no one can take away. No force in this world can ruin what God has planned after He has blessed you. He controls your fate, not other people, even if they criticize or misinterpret you. Your success and prosperity are only evidence of God's favor and His dedication to your development and welfare. When people make fun of or question your path, rise above them. Maintain your focus on God's promises and understand that every blessing you experience is a testament to His grace and power, not only for your personal gain. Those who doubt your path will be silenced by your accomplishment as you rise above the distractions. God's intention for you is to leave a legacy of abundance that will continue for generations, not just a temporary benefit. You don't have to pursue this miraculous success incessantly. Rather, as you align yourself with God's will, it comes easily. The secret to this is to trust and obey, not to constantly strive or struggle. You will experience prosperity after doing this. Everyone tells you that hard effort and sweat are the keys to success. However, God's design is distinct. His purpose for you is to believe that He will bring the increase and to rest in His provision. Blessings will flood your life when you walk in accordance with His plan, and you'll be able to accept what He has promised without experiencing the weariness that comes with persistent effort. The greatest form of freedom is this type of divine provision. You no longer have to worry about the next blessing or dread lack. God's everlasting plan for wealth, which surpasses everything this world has to offer, is reflected in your life. Now is the moment to truly embrace what God has planned for you. Prosperity is a means to achieve your God-given goal, not merely for your own enjoyment. Keep in mind that tremendous riches carries enormous responsibility as you enter the fullness of what God has planned for you. However, this is a luxury rather than a burden. You now have the chance to influence others, transform lives, and leave a lasting legacy for future generations. The purpose of your money is to spread the gifts you have received and further God's kingdom. In ways that nothing else can, wealth, when utilized properly, has the power to heal families, change communities, and spread love. This is how divine prosperity really works. The lives you touch and the good you can accomplish in the world are more important than financial possessions or your way of life. Your money will take on a deeper significance as you assume this duty, and your path will bring you fulfillment. You are supposed to share your divine wealth. You will receive more if you offer more. You will reap what you sow, according to the law of abundance. You can anticipate receiving even more rewards when you utilize your wealth to further God's kingdom and help others. Your prosperity has been selected to serve a greater good, and in doing so, you will feel the satisfaction of creating a long-lasting impact. You're getting more than simply financial gain when you start living in this heavenly richness. You are seeing the outward expression of God's faithfulness. His promises are not hollow, rather they are unwavering, unalterable facts. God's unchanging character and His unwavering dedication to your success are reflected in every blessing you get. Think back to the moments when you felt absolutely powerless and at your lowest, and yet God provided answers that were better than you could have ever dreamed. The little, commonplace blessings might serve as a reminder that God is always with you. The steady, constant care that demonstrates God's presence in every aspect of your life is what truly demonstrates divine prosperity, not just the spectacular moments of achievement. Your heart fills with appreciation and reverence when you see that the richness you possess is a gift from God rather than the result of your own hard work. This change in viewpoint causes you to embrace God's grace instead of depending on your own strength and to go from striving to receiving. You start to realize that everything you own is a direct result of God's steadfast adherence to His word. Furthermore, His provision will continue to flow abundantly both now and in the future because He is dependable. There may be some who question your achievement or be critical of your blessings as you enter the abundant life that God has provided for you. But keep in mind that what God has blessed cannot be touched. No amount of derision, condemnation, or resistance can lessen the success He has planned for you. No one can take away the blessing that God has bestowed upon your life. Fulfilling the purpose God has for you is the goal of divine abundance, not proving someone wrong. Now that we are halfway through, I have no doubt that God is speaking to your heart. Consider how His supernatural provision is already in play in your life for a time. "I trust in His provision and I'm ready for more," is what you should write in the comments section below. Let's continue the discussion. Additionally, if you haven't already, please click the bell, like, and subscribe to this video in order to receive updates on more uplifting stuff. Continue to have faith. God has wonderful things in store for you. Your achievements will be self-evident. Those who first questioned will ultimately witness the indisputable proof of God's involvement in your life. They will understand that your blessings were made possible by God's favor rather than your own ability or might. Your experience will eventually serve as a living testament to God's goodness and His capacity to change people's lives. Remember that criticism frequently stems from the fears or misperceptions of others, and that your truth is not shaped by their opinions. Your basis is based in God's word. Therefore, don't let negativity undermine your confidence and stick to His promises. The unquestionable evidence of God's favor will remain after the mockers have vanished as you live in the fullest of His gifts. To experience life in its fullest, peaceful, whole, and devoid of lack, one must live in God's abundance. This is a profound, all-encompassing reality rather than only a fleeting experience. You're thriving, not just getting by. God's abundant supply affects every part of your existence. Everything is influenced by God, including your relationships, finances, health, and dreams. His completeness is a process of growing in faith in His provision. It doesn't happen suddenly. You'll notice more and more indications of God's concern as your faith deepens. Opportunities will arise, doors will open with ease, and miraculous breakthroughs will occur. Too good to be true, but they will be because God is always trustworthy. For you, He has created an abundant life. Knowing that God will always provide for all of your needs and more is what it means to be full, not having everything you desire. You don't have to worry about scarcity when you live in His provision. Knowing that your Creator is by your side, providing in ways you cannot even fathom, allows you to face each day with an attitude of thankfulness. God has planned this life for you, a life filled with joy, serenity, and plenty. Getting rich doesn't mean making a huge leap into the unknown. It's about moving forward with assurance, knowing that God will be with you at every turn. Knowing that everything you need to achieve is already en route is known as divine confidence. You no longer have to wonder if you're headed in the right direction or if everything will turn out okay. Knowing that God has already gone before you, you can go with complete assurance. With the confidence that your activities will be in accordance with God's intention for your life, this assurance provides you the strength to accept risks. You can go fearlessly whether you're launching a new company, making a financial choice, or seizing a fresh opportunity. You can be confident that God is actively paving the way for you, not merely standing by your side. It's time for you to take advantage of the plans He has already started for your success. With divine assurance, walking in accordance with God's favor naturally leads to affluence. You don't have to aim for this or pursue it. As long as you continue to be faithful and submit to His will, it follows you. When you put your faith in His supply, you'll see how easily everything falls into place just the way He planned. Your prosperity is a potent testament to God's steadfast love for His people, not just a personal blessing. God is fulfilling His promises to you with every dollar and resource that enters your life. It is observable proof of His faithfulness and a living example of how His word is consistently fulfilled. You're living for more than just yourself as you welcome the prosperity that God has in store for you. You are living as an example of God's provision and goodness. Your example will serve as a lighthouse for others, demonstrating the existence of God and the fulfillment of His promises. Your accomplishment will encourage others to put their faith in God and think that they too can receive His provision. Your life turns into a wellspring of hope, a potent illustration of what occurs when we have faith in God's capacity to provide for us. Future generations will hear this testimony, so it's not only for today. Your family and community will be impacted for years to come by the money you acquire. You will leave behind a legacy of abundance, faithfulness, and the unwavering conviction that God is a constant provider. Greatness is not something you can attain on your own, it is something you are destined for. You have it as a gift from God. You have moved past all of your previous hardships and disappointments. Any bad ideas or hurts from the past that might be holding you back should be let go. God's plan for your life defines you, not your history. While there are obstacles on the path to greatness, there is also a lot of heavenly assistance. You make room for the totality of God's blessings to enter your life when you let go of the responsibilities of the past. Despite the struggles that have shaped your history, you have a bright future ahead of you. The moment has come for you to realize the greatness that God has planned for you. Accept the heavenly calling that He has given you. You can embrace a future full of wealth, meaning, and a life that exalts God without being constrained by the constraints of your past. Divine prosperity is a promise that endures forever rather than a transient gift. It is a blessing that never stops flowing, unrestricted by the boundaries of this world. You enter an infinitely abundant environment when you embrace this offer. God provides far more than you may ever think, whether it is in terms of money, feelings, or spirituality. He has pledged to provide for all of your needs and more. Consider the great ocean, which is boundless, teeming with life, and never goes dry. This is how you benefit from God's provision. You will always have access to this limitless, incalculable resource. You will realize that there are no boundaries to your achievement or obstacles to your advancement as you embrace this divine promise. Your current blessings are only a small portion of the limitless wealth that God has in store for you. Every second is a chance for more to enter your life. You are not bound by the constraints of the world when you live in divine abundance. The foundation of God's kingdom is abundance and overflow, whereas the world functions within systems of scarcity. As a child of God, this is your inheritance, one that benefits everyone around you as well as yourself. Your wealth is supposed to spill over, affecting and changing your family, your neighborhood, and the entire world. Material possessions are only one aspect of divine richness. It's about leading a life in which all of your bodily, spiritual, and emotional needs are met. Every aspect of your life is enhanced by God's prosperity in ways you could never have imagined. Because of God's boundless abundance, your potential is boundless as well. Accept this reality now and let His abundance start to pour in your life. Your life will surpass your expectations if you allow yourself to be completely overwhelmed by the splendor of God's provision. You will achieve what seemed impossible before. Your aspirations will become real blessings. Not only does God provide for your necessities, but He also gives you more than enough to lead an exceptionally fulfilling and purposeful life. We frequently set boundaries for ourselves based on what we think is attainable or what we think we deserve. However, we enter a world of blessings that surpass our wildest expectations when we let go of these limitations and put our faith in God's provision. God wants to bless you abundantly so that you might benefit others, not merely to provide for your needs. This abundance comes from living in accordance with God's intention for your life. It is not a coincidence. He unlocks opportunities and opens doors that are greater than you could have imagined as your trust in Him grows. God's provision will always be beyond your comprehension, whether it be in the form of financial breakthroughs, professional progress, or personal development. Living in accordance with God's plan results in a life filled with joy, blessings, and surprises that strengthen your faith. Because they are the result of heavenly favor, blessings come easily and spontaneously during this season. Gaining favor in all facets of your life, relationships, health, purpose, and more, is more important than monetary gain alone. Your thinking is where the change starts. Every aspect of your life will experience a supernatural outpouring once you acknowledge that abundance is your inheritance and start living in it. God's blessings will overflow and affect everyone in your vicinity, much like a river gives life to everything in its path. You are a conduit for the goodness of God. You will discover that the blessings are intended to be shared rather than kept for yourself when you enter the stream of heavenly supply. Have faith in God's plan and see how He opens doors to opportunities you never would have thought possible. Your time of heavenly riches is now. Give it your whole attention and allow it to change every aspect of your life. After that, there came seasons of harvest, reaping, and plenty of blessings. The secret is to stay patient and faithful in every season, understanding that God is constantly working in the background. Every season serves a certain function and gets you ready for the next phase of your ascent to fame. You might not notice the benefits right away when you wait, but have faith that God is getting you ready for the rewards that will come. The seasons of preparation and sowing are not a waste of time. Rather, they are strengthening your faith, developing your character, and bringing you into line with God's perfect timing. Your present difficulties are not in vain, much like Joseph's journey. You are being shaped, your fortitude put to the test, and you are learning how to deal with the benefits that will soon come your way. Your current situation is actually setting you up for opportunities that will present themselves when they occur. Then you'll be prepared when those doors open. With the knowledge that God has been preparing you for this particular moment, you will confidently navigate through them. Not only will these supernatural possibilities transform your life, but they will also give you the ability to transform the lives of others. According to God, true wealth is determined by how well you manage what He has given you rather than by tangible belongings. You are living in accordance with His will when you utilize your blessings to help others, advance His kingdom, and make a difference in the world. God will increase your resources the more you donate, and the blessing circle will keep going. Your riches isn't for you alone. It's an impactful tool. A way to fulfill your spiritual purpose, serve others, and spread His love. God has a much bigger plan for your riches than you can ever fathom, and when you align yourself with it, you will witness His hand at work in ways that will astound you. Remain faithful. Have faith in His timing. And prepare for your life's floodgates of supply to open. In addition to being a benefit for you, your divine wealth will leave a legacy that will influence future generations. I would like to know if you watched this entire video. I firmly think that God has amazing things in store for you, so please leave a remark below stating, "I'm walking into my divine wealth." Together, let's proclaim this truth. For more empowering information, remember to subscribe. I'll see you in the upcoming video.